today's episode, we're going to be talking about for sale by owner. Are you thinking about selling the house in your own? Watch this video. Hello everybody, this is Maria la realtor. Like I mentioned in today's episode, we're going to be talking about for sale by owner. If you're thinking about selling the house in your own, what you should do. I'm going to give you a couple of advice, but first I want to start telling you some facts about for sale by owner. Number one, National Association of Realtors states that the for sale by owners list the house for 15% less than those houses that are sold and listed by real estate agents. Also, 90% of the homes in the United States are sold by realtors. That leave only 10% or less for sale by owners market. The buyers don't pay for the service of a realtor. So those serious buyers normally hire a realtor service to represent them during the transaction, since the real estate agents or realtor have access to 98% of the homes in the market for sale. So does it make sense for the buyer to hire a realtor to represent them during the transaction for real estate to buy their home? Yes, it does. Also, 90% of the for sale by owners ended up listing their home for sale with a realtor after 30, 60, or 90 days. Also, you might have some issues when you have decided to put the house for sale by owner, which is the lack of exposure. You know, many times you guys just put a sign in the yard with the phone number, put it in Zillow, and remember that Zillow provides a lot of information that is not accurate. So many times people might think that is a scam, but it's not really for sale. Also, that the security, especially if this is your primary home where you live with your spouse and your kids, you know, anybody at any time can come to your house and say, hey, listen, I'm looking to buy a house in the neighborhood. How do you know those are real buyers? Unqualified buyers might come to your house to see the house. And are they really buyers? Are they looking to rob up a house? How do you know? One of the issues is probably the legal liability. Many for sale by owners are willing to pay 3% to the buyer's agent, right? To represent the buyer during the transaction. Who is representing you? And how do you know that the terms of the contract is going to benefit you and not the buyer? Those are the kind of things that I want you to keep in mind, because these are facts that for sale by owners really face every time that they decide to put the house in the market. But if you decide to do that, let me give you a couple of advice. Number one, make sure that you collect the information from everybody that comes to your home. Name, phone number, address, take a picture of their ID. If you can, get the tag number from their car and log all that information, because if anything happened in the future, God forbid something happened, you get robbed or something, everybody that comes to your home become a suspect. So be smart. Log everybody, every interest, even if it's a realtor, collect their business card and then log all the information so you have it on hand for any situation. Another thing will be, when you have showings at the home, make sure that all your valuable items are safe. Your fire guns, jewelry, diamonds, anything that has value, you know, collections, put them away. There is no need to show it, so just put it in a safe place so you don't have any issue with anybody. Another thing is, do never ever leave anybody alone walking through the house. You as the owner, go ahead and show them the home. You know better the house than anybody else. Show them the home. Don't never ever leave them alone. Keep in mind, don't tell people what your schedule is. Don't tell them when you're working, when you're at home, if your spouse is working or at home. Don't tell them when the kids are home. You don't know if they're real buyers. So don't provide that kind of information that can put you and your family at risk at any moment. And one more thing is, if you know that an stranger or future buyer is coming to see the home, have a plan B set already. Have either a neighbor or a family member knowing that somebody's gonna call you at a certain time. If you set an appointment for 6 o'clock, have your neighbor check on you at 6:15 or at 6:30, or one of your family member call you or check on you, just to make sure that you guys are safe. All right. If you have any questions, you guys can put it right there, the questions or comment. And if you're thinking about selling the home, don't forget to watch our last video that it was getting the house ready for sale. I will see you all next week in another episode of Kissimmee, Florida Real Estate.